A very good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Faculty of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Trichy, and the organizing committee, we welcome you all to the Day 2 AACT sponsored ATAL Faculty Development Program on Fast Track to AI Mastery, Building the Future with Accelerated Technologies. I invite Dr. S. Satyapriya Ma'am, ATAL Coordinator, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Applications, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Trichy, to invite the chief guest of today's session. Over to Dr. S. Satyapriya Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We are pleased to welcome Dr. S. Rajashekharan sir, a distinguished academic leader and dedicated teaching professional with 24 years of extraordinary service in education. As our resource person for the second day of the ATAL Faculty Development Program, he currently serving as professor and registrar of the IT department at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences at Ibri and Oman. An accomplished educator, researcher, and administrator, he has guided 76 MPhil scholars, published over several research articles, secured multiple patents, and contributed to book chapters. He has actively delivered special talks, served on advisory committees, and designed curricula. He holds a PhD in computer science from Bharathiar University and has been recognized with numerous awards for his contribution to teaching and leadership. We are honored to have him with us today. Welcome, sir. Sir, your mic is not. Switch on your mic.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your warm welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shall I continue?
Yes, sir. You proceed, sir.
More discussion is there. Okay, ma'am. Okay. No, just I'm asking whether you have any formalities or shall I start my session?
Animali, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's honor to invite Professor Dr. S. Rajashekharan, University of Technology and Applied Science, IBHI, Oman, to share the ideas of machine learning for the future, practical techniques and industry implementation, and building a connected future, exploring IoT applications across industries. Over to Dr. S. Rajashekharan, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the warm welcome. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Very good evening to one and all present here.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure to deliver or share my experiences in the ATAL sponsored online 6 days FDP program organized by SRM-AICTE Trichy, Faculty of Science and Humanities, Department of Computer Science, the department, your active participation. Actually, I have chosen the topic to discuss that too with the faculty members, particularly the machine learning techniques, which will be very helpful for the students who are doing their research work or whatever project you are doing. You know, they feel difficult to analyze their data and the predict how the data will give the prediction for the future. So in this area, many people are feeling difficult. Not only IT industry people or IT academicians, apart from IT, other researchers, they do their research, they have huge amount of data, as well as they have some conclusion. but the problem they feel difficult to express in a right way to reach the required people, and also with available data how to predict for the future. That is more important nowadays. People are going far away to predict in the after 5 years what will happen. We could able to predict with the help of this machine learning techniques. And really I feel happy to share my experiences on this topic to the faculty members. I feel that this information will reach much of the students as well as research scholars, and I hope this will be very helpful for them in their future work. That is the reason why I have opted this topic, and I would like to thank everyone with thanks. I'm going to start my session now. The topic which I have chosen is data handling and machine learning techniques, practical approach, by Raj Shekharan, Department of IT, College of Computing and Information Sciences. I have around 24 plus years of experience in teaching and research. Actually, this machine learning techniques initially, earlier days we felt difficult to analyze everything, but now with the help of Python, everything is easy. Even I used C, C++, Java. Later, I shifted from all these things to Python because of the lot of opportunities and facilities available in Python to do everything whatever you want. You want to develop website, you want to develop standalone applications, or you want to do some kind of data analysis, data visualization, or some security program, IoT implementation. For everything we have built-in modules. We no need to write a long or lengthy program to do all these things. For all these tasks, we have a set of built-in libraries. Just we can use those libraries to implement everything in an easiest way. This is the reason why most of the people nowadays they started using Python to implement all these things. See, the picture shows that the growth of Python, how it will be. This is also a kind of prediction in 2030 how it will go fast. Compare with other programming languages, Python uses increased dramatically. You see here in this diagram, 4.1 percentage of people they increased the use of Python compared with other programs which we used earlier. The other program usage is a little bit reduced compared with Python. So this is one of the good sign that you can promote your scholars and students to use Python for their research work. I just wanted to highlight few important differences because I may not aware that all the faculty members are familiar with Python, or maybe the combinations will be there in this program. Just I will quick revision with the basics of data handling, then we will go for machine learning techniques. So that will be easy even those who are not practicing Python earlier. I feel it will not much burden to the people those who aware already Python. So even I used Java before, but I shifted because of some preliminary reasons. Java is very fast, secure, and reliable general purpose program. Even Python is very simple, machine independent. It is easy to use, high level programming language. So mostly all features are same. The one thing is Java is machine independent, Python is also machine independent. Java is faster and whenever it is required. According to the value which you have assigned, it will consider its data type, either it may be integer or float or character or what type it is. So it depends on the value, it will be automatically identified and consider. And even a single variable, you can assign different values in different lines, which will consider only the latest value which you have assigned. But in other programming language, it's not possible. If you declare a variable as integer, you can hold only integer values in that. This is what we call it as dynamically typed in Python. Then Java programs are very large code. Why? Because we have to import the libraries, then create the packages, create the class. Inside you have to define method.
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear.
I heard some sound.
Yes, sir. 2 minutes, sir. I think it's a network issue.
Hello. It's okay. I heard some sound. It's okay now for me. It's fine.
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I will continue now.
Yes, sir.
So here, Java is object oriented, Python is
Sir,
object oriented plus scripting also.
excuse me, sir.
Another
Screen is not
important thing
visible, sir.
is in in
Sorry for
Java,
the inter-
screen not visible.
Sir, screen not visible, sir.
I will share, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I will share now. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. So in Python, the programs are intended by blocks, whereas in Java there is no blocks. You can use like indentation, tab space. When you write program, you will understand this. When I discuss with a simple program, I will show you how the indentation will be. And most popular, widely used database is JDBC in both Java and Python. Java is particularly famous for mobile and web applications. Python is for data science and IoT applications you can develop with this. See here, as I told you before, the Java program is very large. Since you have to write package, then class definition, then main method, and to print a single simple word or sentence, you have to use system.out.println. Whereas in Python, it's very simple, just print hello friends. Similarly, if you want to print a message or a word multiple times, like I want to print 5 times, here I can easily print with 5 times, like print hello multiple 5. So when I print hello multiple 5, it will print 5 times directly hello, hello, hello 5 times. Just imagine how many lines of code you need to write in Python, because, sorry, in Java, because you have to import package and define the class, then method, then use the loop to print all these things. So obviously you may understand that the Java code is little bigger than the Python code. And moreover, why I moved to Python, as I told you before, there are so many libraries available uh, to the users to fulfill all their requirements, like whatever you want to develop web, you want to develop web data analysis, you want to implement the data structures, which is like stack and queue. For everything, you want to draw some graphs, for everything we have separate libraries, so it will be easy for the users to do. We no need to write program for anything. Everything, all its operations are implemented. Just we have to import the library and we should call the functions for the operations. Another important thing, I have opted Python is the reason I have opted Python for, there are so many Python editors available in open source. You can use it. You can download it from anyone which is comfortable to you. There are so many like Wing, Atom, PyDev, PyCharm, Spider, and Jupyter Notebook. Many things available. But probably the popular one is Jupyter Notebook. People widely use this Jupyter Notebook. So I have chosen this Jupyter. This is one thing. The other thing, even if you do not have enough memory to install the software in your laptop device or computer, if you have Gmail account, it's enough to execute the Python code, to even edit and execute the Python code. We have collab.research.google.com. If you log in with this, automatically you need to log in with Gmail account, then it will open to you. You can able to type the Python program as well as everything is possible over online if you have Gmail account. So this is user friendly. I can use it easily. Because of all these reasons, I myself moved towards Python. Even our university, we stopped teaching C and C++, but Java still is there. And we moved towards Python now. See, there are some simple codes which I have shown to you. If you want to print some text with multiple lines, you can use same print function with the single triple dot or ends with single triple dot, sorry, triple double quotes or single quotes, which will display the text in multiple lines. Normally to print, you can use double quotes or single quotes. But to print the text in multiple lines with the single print statement, you can use triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Either single quote or double quote. Whatever you can use, the text output will be displayed. And there are so many options for string extraction. See here, this is a string. Good luck. Just I print. Here, S of 3. The strings are indexed by the character numbers from 0 up to size -1. So the index of G is 0, O is 1, and so on. So when I print S of 3, it will print the third index value, which is at the fourth character, because the index will start from 0. Also, I can able to make starting from second character until sixth character, but the last index will not be included until 5 will be printed, 2 to 5. Here also 2 to 5, the third argument is step value. It will print the second character, then fourth character, and then sixth character, and so on, like that. So here I am using step value 3, which will print second character and fifth character, eighth character, and so on. But here up to 6, so it will print up to 5 characters. So these are the output. Also, we have negative indexing in Python, which will start from the rightmost character, which is -1, k. The index value of k is -1, c is -2, and so on. So if I print s of -1, it will print k. If I want to print the text in a reverse order, just colon -1. This -1 is the step value. Starting from last until the first character, it will display. See the text display in a reverse order. So like this statements are very simple, and you no need to write a big code to display whatever you want. Even for example, whatever input you get, this is another interesting feature here. All the inputs which you have get through input function is in the form of string. So even I give 3 input, it is in the form of string. It's not a number. So you must remember that in Python, whatever number you get input, you must convert into either integer or float according to your convenience. So I'm just converting into integer, then it will be number. Until you convert it, it will be considered as a string. So with the simple example I want to show here, 5, 3. If I add these two numbers, normally 5 plus 3 becomes 8. Because here I didn't convert this into number, I mean integer or float, these n1 and n2 are considered as string. When you add two strings, it will combine or concatenate the string. It will display 53 as a string. It is not a number. So whatever arithmetic operation you want to do, you want to add two numbers. First, you need to convert the number in, I mean the input into either integer or float. What here I just convert into float. So whatever number I have given, it will be converted into float. Very simple way. Also, you can check what type of variable is this. As I told you, it is dynamically typed. See here, x is equal to good, which is a string. When you assign string, it is string type. Again, in the next line, I have assigned x is equal to 100, which is number. So it is integer. So you can assign the same variable with the different values, and it will be considered only the last value which you have assigned in the latest line. So this is why I said the Python is dynamically typed. We no need to specify what type of variable it is. You no need to declare any variable. Just you can use the variable and you can assign the value according to the value which you have assigned. It will consider its data type. So even for combining or concatenating a string, it is very simple. Good plus luck, it will concatenate easily. So there are even like other programming language, we have assignment operator or less than, greater than, all the relational, logical, all operators are available here. So A equal to 10, B equal to 20, A less than or equal to B, which is true. So everything is possible, but the code is very simple. This is what I would like to convey here. Also, we have another interesting data type called complex numbers. You know the complex numbers we have learned in mathematics, 5 plus 3j, which is a complex number. So when you check the data type of this, this is complex number. Like other programming language, in Python also we have conditional statements, which is if, else, all those things. What happened? Is it problem from my side or? So we have if, else, all those statements are available, but the little difference here is after if statement, we have to write condition colon. This colon represents the
Sir,
true
yes.
block statements are
Excuse me,
below.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, your screen
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not visible, sir.
I shared now again. I don't know what is the problem now.
It's some technical issue. Okay, sir. Now okay.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes.
I saw that it is closed, then I shared again.
Okay.
So here, as I told you, we don't have block. In C program, C++, Java, we used open brace and close brace. Whereas here, there is an indentation. So how many statements are there under the true block? All the statement must be with the same indentation. Similarly, in the else block, we have the statement with indentation. Means these two lines are under true block and this line is under else block. This statement, which is similar in this position where you have written I and F, this is the next line of conditional statement. So if the condition is true, this will execute. The condition is false, this will execute. And this is the next line after the program. So this is how the block of statements or conditional statements are defined in Python. You no need to use open brace and close brace. We know that our students, how they felt difficult in missing this open brace and close brace, and they were unable to correct these things. Still the screen is not visible.
Screen is visible, sir.
But someone messaged me that it is not visible. Okay, ma'am, fine, thank you. Like, so I don't want to spend much of time here. And again, here print, you can use for loop. For I in range of 5. Normally this range function will generate the number from 0 to 5, means it will be 0 to 4. So I will take the first value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will print 0 to 4. Again, here you can use while loop also. Print x, so while loop will print the value similar way other, but the thing here, we don't have braces, we have indentation. There are two lines with the same indentation, which means these two lines are inside the while loop. That is the meaning. So you can understand what is indentation in Python. Indentation is much important here. If you didn't use proper indentation, so now the program will show you the error message because the indentation is not correct. So you must use proper indentation. Also in the range function, you can use different variations, because here I just use 5, it will start from 0 to 4. Whereas here you can write the start value is 3 and the end value is 10, means up to 9, because the last index will not be included up to the last index minus 1, whatever you have given here. So the starting value is 3 and this is step value 3. Start from 3, starting value 3, then 3 plus 3, step value 3 means 6. The next value 9, next value 12. 12 is out of range, which will not display. So very easy to use these kind of loops. Another library which is called as random, we have so many variations in this. The random will generate a random number between 0 and 1. This is just, we are not going to pass any argument. Whereas another function is randint, where you can pass some integer numbers, range 1 and 30. So which will select any random integer between the given range of values 1 and 30. So when during my execution, it shows 28. Similarly, we have another function rand range, both are same. Similarly, 1, 30. So between 1 and 30, it will give you any one number. In the rand range function, you can also use step value, means it will start from 1, next value 3, 5, 7. Only it will display odd value. So 3 is my, even if I execute next time, you will see we may have different numbers. It is 1. You will get odd numbers here because start from 1 and 30, the step value is 2. You want only even number, start from even number and the step value is 2. So it becomes 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So here the number is 12. We have another function here in the random module, choice, which will select any character from the given string. Also, you can use the list of values. You can use the list, from the list which will give you any one value from that. So we have so many variations available. Just I would like to show a few things to understand the concept and how Python is easy. Also, we have the list. This is the list. List should be represented with square bracket. The list also has index value, with the first value starts with index 0, 1, 2, and 3. Also, you have negative index. The last value has the index -1. Before the last will be -2, -3, and so on. So it is easy to access the elements again here. Even if you want to print the list elements in reverse way, the list name of : -1, which will display from the last value to the first value. There are some differences between list, tuple, sets, dictionary. All are allow you to store the collection of values. But there are some differences. See, list is mutable and tuple is immutable. Tuples are represented with parentheses. Both are having list of values and both will accept different types of values. See, I have one integer, one float, one character, all are allowed. And its set is not in the order. Even I create the set here. When I display, it will display in different order, as well as set will not accept the duplicate values. But here, whereas in the list and tuple will accept duplicate. 23 is here, here. And 23 is here, again it is repeated. Also in set, yes, 2 is repeated, 6 is repeated. But when you execute this, you will not have the distinct values. So you have only distinct values. See 1, 2, 4, 6. The repeated value will not be displayed. Okay, here see for 23, all those things will be repeated. Whereas here in the tuple, it will not repeat. Also, it will not be in the order what you have given. The order is different. That's why I mentioned here. What? It is not in order. There is no duplicate values here. And you have set also with which is key and value pair. You can use name Raja, age 43, qualification doctorate. Like you can use different kinds of data structures in Python in an easiest way. This is what I would like to tell you, the basic data structures here. The next thing I would like to talk about data handling. Yes, we discussed many kind of data structures here. Now we can able to upload our Excel sheet data, whatever you have, in an easiest way, and the data can be accessed or manipulated in Python. See, for example, we are using pandas library to upload your data base or data file. I have sample COVID data.csv as a CSV file. To upload CSV file, you can use this pandas. You know that how to import library. Import library as alias name or alternate name. This using alias name is optional. If you don't want to use alias name, here you have to use the full library name. Sometimes the library names are big, and while typing, students may do mistakes or spelling mistake. So it's better or recommended to use alias name, which is very short name of the library. So instead pandas, I'm using PD. This is PD dot read CSV. If you have CSV file, use read underscore CSV to read the data from the CSV file. In case you have Excel file, you can use read underscore Excel file to read data from the Excel file. So what this read underscore CSV will do, this will read the data from the CSV file and store it in the data frame object DF. Hereafter, you can use DF as your data source. Now see, I just print DF. You can see now how it is working. My data source having 3, 6, 8 columns. Patient ID, patient name, gender, age, cold, cough, temperature, and results. Maybe whether they have COVID positive or negative. This is very simple data I have taken for just to here. We have some of the null values, which means empty, the values which you do not know, which is considered as a null values, and the null values are represented in Python as NaN. Null values are represented in NaN. So I have 19 rows of data, 20 rows, because the rows are indexed from 0 to 19, 20 row with 8 columns. And I hope the data structure is clear. Now the type of data structure is data frame. This is the data frame. My goodness, what is the problem? Okay. So just if you want to know what are the columns are there in your data source, you can use just df.columns. If you use df.column, it will show you what are the columns available in your data source. I have 8 columns: PID, PName, gender, age, cold, cough, temperature, and result.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So screen is not visible for us, sir.
It's closed, ma'am. Again, I shared. I don't know what is the problem. Maybe here the weather is not good. Maybe because of that, I shared it again. Maybe in few seconds you will get.
No problem, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got it?
No, sir. No, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now,
Yes, yes. It's visible, sir.
sir,
It takes us
visible.
a few seconds.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I don't know. Maybe here we have a huge wind today. Maybe because of that, I don't know what is the issue.
Yes, sir. So weather
Okay.
condition is
So
also
if
one
you
of the
want to know, if you want to know only the columns, df dot column, which will list what are the attributes or columns available in your data set. And you want to get the value of specific column, df of p name. So it will display only the patient name. Like what type of this p name? It is a series. We have series of values, so it shows the type is series. The another interesting function in data frame is describe. This describe will give you the statistical information about the numerical data available in your data source. I have only two numerical data available here, age and temperature. This will give you the statistical information about these two data, like age. How many values are there? Count 20 values are there. In temperature column, we have only 17. Why? Because there are three values are none. NaN, NaN here, NaN. There are three values are none. That is why in the temperature, the count is 17. And mean, mean is average value of all the 20 age, average value of all the 20 temperature. This is standard deviation value. What is the minimum value of the column? What is 25 percentage of the value? What is 50 percentage of the value? What is maximum value in the column? So it will give you all these columns. So here the describe will display the functions as a row, the column names as columns, right? Yes. Instead, if you want to transpose this data, see here now the attributes are as considered as a row and the functions are in the column. Like you can use dot t. This will transpose the data, interchange the rows and columns. Also, we have so many interesting features in Python data handling, particularly. Why I just wanted to highlight these things. These things are very helpful in analyzing or in understanding the machine learning techniques. If you don't understand these basics, it will be difficult for you there. That is the reason why I have just gone through all these things. So here head is another interesting function which will give you the top 5 rows from index 0 to 4. By default, because I didn't pass any number here, so by default it will display the top 5 rows from 0 to 4. In case you want specific number of rows, you can explicitly pass how many rows you want, 2, 3, 8, 6, whatever number you want. Accordingly, it will display the rows. Similarly, we have tail method, which will display the last 5 rows of the database. Row number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. In case you want specific number of rows, you can specify the number of rows. It will display only those numbers. The next we have pname column. We know that we have discussed this df of pname, which will display all the names. Instead, if you want only the specific rows, you can use 0
They're not audible.
indexing. I says when you use not audible, ma'am.
Now it's
Okay, sir.
audible for us, sir.
Network also connected, no issues for me. 1 minute.
Excuse me, sir. Meanwhile,
Yes,
shall we take attendance, sir?
yeah, it's no issues, ma'am. No issues. You can proceed.
Dear
You want to
participants,
share?
kindly.
You want to speak with them?
Okay, sir. Dear participants, kindly switch on your camera in order to take attendance, please. Dear participants, kindly switch on your camera for taking attendance. We expect everyone kindly switch on your camera, please. Satya ma'am, have you taken the attendance shot, ma'am?
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, shall I continue or I have to wait for?
1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Yes, sir. Finished, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank
proceed,
you.
sir.
So I would like to go little fast because these things are very simple. 2 to 5 it will display, and whereas here df of iloc of 2 to 6 it will display 2:5. But when you use lock function which will display 2 to 6 starting from 2 until the last. And even in this, if you want specific column names, only those columns will be selected. When you use lock, you must use the column names. When you use iloc, you can use the column slicing also instead of the column name. So it will appear from column 1 to 6 means column 1 up to column 5 will display. So only those columns will be appeared. Whereas another thing you want to display only 0 means row 0. Row 0 will be displayed, the complete value set, and row 1 will be displayed here. Like 15 comma 1, which is in the 15th row, first column will be displayed. I'm using comma here. 15th row, first column, the data is hammer. 12th row, 5th column value is no, means whether they have COVID or not. Like, sorry, they have cold or not, which is no or if. Like all the values will be easily accessed in with the help of Python, right? So here iloc of 3:9, starting from third row until eighth row, all rows will be displayed. Also, if you have any condition like I want to know only whose temperature is greater than 102, only those rows will be displayed. See, only these are the rows which has more than 104 and whose gender is male. I want to select only all kind of queries you can write here in a direct way. df of gender means it will display all the gender value. When you write equal to male, whose gender is male, only those records will be displayed. And here query, you can write query also, age greater than 43. Whose age is greater than 43, those rows will be selected. And here in place equal to false means it will not change your actual data set. If you want to change the actual data set, in place equal to true. I don't want to change, the results will be stored in the variable R and I display R here. Again, multiple conditions, age greater than 42, 3 and temperature less than 1 or 2. What are the records satisfy both conditions displayed, and or condition, everything we can use here. Also, we have sort functions which will sort the values which is available in your data set according to the column which you have specified, P name. So according to name wise, it is sorted: Ahmed, Anthony, Hema, Jessica, like in alphabetical order. And here I I sort the values based on the age column. Yes, it is sort in ascending based on age column. By default, the order of sorting is ascending. If you want to sort the data in descending order, you have to use the attribute ascending equal to false. When ascending equal to false means it will be in descending order. Now age wise, descending 54, 52 and so on. Also, you can sort by multiple columns, age, comma, name. Usually, you know, when you sort data in multiple columns, it will sort based on the first column. If the first column data is same for more than one record, only for that it will sort based on the second column.
Sir,
We know
sorry for
that.
the
So
disturbance, sir. Are you able to hear, sir?
yes, sir.
Sir, really, I mean,
Yes, sir.
this will be very useful, sir. First of all, thank you so much, sir, for taking. Sir, if you don't mind, can you please go a little bit slow, sir, so that we can able to follow, sir, because these are all very important for us, sir.
I
Really, it's
appreciate your
interesting.
interest.
Thank you,
Actually, I
sir.
am concentrating on time. Okay, sir, no problem. I will go little slow. I will
Little
adjust in
slow,
the
sir.
next session. It's okay, right?
Yeah, sir. Yeah,
Organizers,
sir.
is it fine?
Thank you, sir.
Organizers, is it fine? Can I adjust in the second session? Because that is IoT. I don't have any practical, even I can go little fast there.
Okay, sir. Go ahead as you like, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Okay.
you. So here you can sort the values by multiple columns, age and P name. You know this, right? When it will sort based on the age column, age is C, 24, 34, like that. When there are two age or same, 34, in this time, it will sort based on the P name, name-wise alphabetic. Krishna is first, Revati is next. So you can use any number of columns to sort your data. And we know that it is sort based on the first column. When the first column value is same, it will sort based on the next column, right? Also, we have some other attributes I will explain in the next example. So, okay, in the previous example, I didn't specify whether it is ascending or descending. By default, it is in ascending order. If you want to sort the record in descending order, yes, since I have two columns here, I can use ascending equal to false comma false, which means based on age, it is false, means descending order. Based on P name, again false, it is descending order. So it will sort the record based on age in descending order. So the highest value is first. When there are two age or same, it will sort the data based on the name in descending order. Kumar, Jessica. So Kumar is the highest value than Jessica. I hope you understand this ascending order here or descending order. Another interesting attribute is kind. Hope because you are all computer science faculty members, you know different kinds of sorting. We have quick sort, merge sort, heap sort. What else? Radix sort. There are many kind of sorting techniques available, which we might have studied in data structures. You as a user, you can able to specify what kind of sorting technique you want to use, because you know, see, when you are doing for some kind of projects, the data is huge. We know which sorting technique will be more suitable to analyze the data which we have, because the different sorting techniques, we know their execution time, everything, and we can decide which technique will be more suitable for the data which we have. So accordingly, as a user, but you cannot see explicitly how it is working, but as a user, you can able to choose what kind of sorting you want to do. So with the help of kind attribute, kind equal to quick sort. So I'm using now quick sort to sort my data. Instead, you can use heap sort, merge sort, selection sort, insertion sort. There are so many sorting techniques available. So any kind of sorting technique you want particularly, you can use with the help of the attribute kind. And again, it is sort based on those values, same thing. Another thing, you have some null values in your data set. Always you will have the confusion whether to keep the null values at the beginning or end. In this case, you have the option for that NA_position. If the NA position is either you have first or last. If you use NA position first, the null value will display at the beginning. See here, NAN, first all the null values displayed, then it is sort based on the temperature. In case if you use this NA position last, see the null value will display at the last.
மருத்துவ கல்லூரிகள் மாணவரை மருத்துவ கல்லூரிகள் ஆசிரியர் பயிற்சி கல்லூரிகள் காமராசர் முதல்வராக பொறுப்பேற்றதும் கல்விக்காக செய்த முதல் பணி யாது?
Excuse me, please.
தமிழகத்தில் மூடப்பட்டிருந்த 6000 தொடக்க பள்ளிகள் திறக்கப்பட்டு
Kindly organizers can mute.
You can mute.
பள்ளிகளை உடனடியாக ஆரம்பித்தார். மாநிலம் முழுவதும் இலவச கட்டாய கல்விக்கான
Anybody is there?
முறைப்படுத்தினார். அப்பா
Jyoti Lakshmi ma'am. Jyoti Lakshmi ma'am, kindly mute your mic.
I hope it is okay. Thank you so much. And sorry for the inconvenience. So if you keep NA position last, the null values will display at the bottom, means at the end. The other values will be sorted according to the order which we have specified, because I want to sort the data based on temperature. I didn't specify whether it is ascending or descending. By default, it will sort based on ascending order. I hope it is clear. Also, you can group your record. Group by which column? Gender. I have gender only two different genders. One is male, other one is female. It will count how many rows are there. So first what it will do, it will group the record based on the gender column. In gender, how many distinct values are there? Those many groups will be created. So since I have only two values, male and female, I have two different groups here. In each group, since I use the count function, how many data items are there? In patient ID, 11 female, 9 male, like all other columns. Whereas in temperature column, 8 female, 9 male, because 3 female temperature values are null. I hope you understand, right? Similarly, you want to group based on the result column. Yes, you can group based on the result column and it will give you the count. In the result column, I have two different values. One is positive and negative. So we have two groups, positive and negative. In each group, how many rows are there? Like these kind of grouping, and some group functions are also available to understand our data, how the data will be. Also, if you want to know how many null values are there, is null, is NA will check whether the data is null or not. Some will count how many null values are there. See here, in all the columns, the null values are 0 except temp, because in the temp column, I have 3 null values. So all others are 0. Is NA dot sum. Is NA will check whether the data is null or not. Sum will count how many null values are there in each attribute, each column. I hope it is clear. And now, actually, when you have the data source, we have to do some kind of pre-processing. Means, if I have some null value, what I have to do, the first most popular solution is remove the null values. When we can remove the null values, if you have very few number of null, I have 1,000 records. Out of 1,000, maybe 5 rows having the null values, this 5 rows will not impact much on my analysis. In that situation, yes, I can simply delete the null values with the help of drop NA. So drop NA is a function which will simply delete the null values. So see here, there is null
Sir,
value
sorry for the
here.
interruption, sir. Can you go to the previous
Yes,
slide, sir? Sir, in that, can
yes,
you go?
please.
Yeah, is temporary, right? I mean, it's null. Yeah. Sir,
Yes,
come down, sir.
this is
Yeah,
temperature,
sorry,
temperature.
temperature. Only the temperature is having null, right? I mean,
Yes,
three
yes,
null
yes, sir.
columns. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
only the temperature has none. One,
okay.
2, 3. There are 3 null values in the temperature column. See this one. There are 3. 1,
2 and 3.
2,
Okay,
3. Got it,
okay,
sir?
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Fine. Now you can, that's what, if you have a huge amount of data and very few are null values, you can decide simply you can drop the null value. This is a kind of pre-processing. How to do pre-processing? Maybe in other tools you may feel difficult, but in Python it's very easy. Just simply drop the null value. You can understand how many null values, and out of my data source I have only 3 null value. I can simply drop the null value. And when I print this, see the null value, what are the rows has null value? Row number 2, row number 9, row number 12, which is not there. See, after 0, 1, 2 is not there. After 8, 9 is not there. After 11, 12 is not there. The drop NA will simply delete the null value. So that will be stored in the cleaned DF. When I print cleaned DF, it will print the values without the null value, because all rows will be deleted where we have null value. I just print the actual data frame for the comparison. So the actual data frame has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 19, which has the null value. And these row numbers 2, 9 and 12 will be deleted because it has the null value. I hope it is clear, right? Sometimes I have 1,000 records in my, yes.
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Yes, fine. Thank you so much for your appreciation. So I have 1,000 records in which around 500 data have null values. When you have 500 data has null value, you cannot simply drop, which will definitely affect your analysis. So what you can do, based on your understanding of data, you can assign some constant value to that null value. So fill NA of 103. Just because I know the flow of data, how it will be 101, 102, 103, 104. That's it, maximum. From 101 to 104, this is my temperature value. So I can just simply assign 103 for the null values. Being a user, and your understanding on data, you can decide, you can assign some constant values to replace the null value. So I just use 103 to replace the null. Row number 2, 103, row number 8, 103, and row number 12, 103. All these things will be 103 where we had null value before, because this fill NA of 103, whatever value you want, you can pass, no issues. So this will replace the null values. This is a kind of another alternate method. Instead of deleting your data, you can assign some constant value based on your understanding about the data. And you want to use only the specific column, you can do that. This is same thing what we discussed before. And here drop in if subset also same, because there is no subset here. And also see here, you can have some condition. Age is greater than 51. For the people whose age is greater than 51, I want to assign their age become 100. Sometimes you want to give bonus for some employee or extra mark for some students whose mark is in the close to the passing grade. Maybe 50 is passing mark. Who secured above 45 and less than 50, for them you just make them 50 marks. You can use this code to change. So now what we'll do, in the cleaned DF, the age value will be changed into 100. See here, whose age is above 50, their age will be changed into 100. Only 3 people, their age is greater than 51. So for those 3 people, age should be changed to 100. Like that, you want to do some calculations for particularly for some people, not for all. As I said, in the result processing, we have students, their passing marks are 50. We cannot simply increase marks for all students. Those who are in the border, means 45 to 49, just make them 50. You can write whose mark is greater than 45 and less than 49, just change their mark into 50, so they will pass that in their exam. That is how you can check some condition and you can replace accordingly. Also, we have another option, maybe I forgot to include here, or I don't know. You can replace some mean values also. You can calculate the mean value of the column and that will be filled. Fill NA of mean of that column, temperature, mean of temperature or median of temperature. You can calculate the mean value, median value, or mode value. You know, this mean is average, median is center value. You write the data in ascending order and the center value is median. Mode is most frequently occurred data. Like any one of those values can also be replaced this null values. Maybe I forgot to include the code here. That is also possible to you. So you can handle these null values in any way which you prefer. And also another interesting function is duplicated. You have 20 rows. With these 20, if you feel that you have duplicate rows, you can able to restrict with the help of this duplicated. It will check all these values. If any row repeated, it will say true. But here all false, since all rows are having at least one column as unique value. So it's all false. If any row which has the similar value, it will be true. So we can identify which row has duplicate, and you want to remove the duplicate values, you can remove also. This linear regression visualization, we will go there now. I think I don't have time to discuss my PPT because the PPT has many things we already discussed. I just would like to go for, even there are many visualization techniques, but I don't know visualization techniques I have time or not. Maybe better luck, we will discuss in the next time about the visualization, because my main area I would like to address is what machine learning technique. See, people, they talk about machine learning, but many people, they don't understand what is it. We make the machine to understand our data and predict what will be the future and what is there in the data. The machine should learn from the data and give you the conclusion. Very simple. Machine learning is the field of AI that a computer program can learn and adapt to new data without human intervention. So it is a very simple definition. The computer program learn from the data what you have, and it will give you the result without human intervention. Machine learning based on idea that system can learn from data, identify the patterns, and make decision without human intervention. Like here in the machine learning life cycle, we have to define our problem first. What is the problem? Then construct your data set. Your data set is play a vital role here. You have to construct your data set After construction, you should do some kind of transformation, like if there is a null value, what to do, if there are some values, or maybe, when you collect data from multiple sources, that may be in different format, you should convert into the common format. All these pre-processing steps, what we have discussed, you have to do that. Now we are going to see about the train a model, how to train the model and use the model to make the predictions. After this is what we are going to see the last. If your data in Excel sheet, you know how to import in Python. And you know repeat how to make the predictions. The machine learning divided into.
What's that?
Is it? I think my network is fine, ma'am. Or not? Audience, please. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, you are audible,
Yes, sir,
sir.
audible,
Yes, sir.
sir.
No, someone messaged me your network is weak. That's why I just wanted to confirm.
No
So
issues,
machine
sir.
learning divided. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Machine learning divided into three broad categories. Supervised learning, also called predictive learning. A machine predicts the class
Excuse
of
me, sir.
unknown objects or yes, ma'am.
Sir, screen is not visible, sir.
Ma'am, visible, ma'am. No
No, it
issues.
is visible, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay. Then unsupervised learning, also called descriptive learning. A machine finds pattern is unknown object by grouping similar objects together. Then reinforcement learning. We have different methods, different techniques available. In supervised learning, we have classification and regression. Unsupervised learning, it is clustering grouped records. Reinforcement learning for decision making. We have so many techniques available, in which in classification, I'm going to discuss only two techniques, which is, yes, now it is closed. I don't know why.
Yes, sir.
I shared again.
Okay, sir.
Hope it is visible to you now. Sorry for the inconvenience.
No issues, sir.
So yes, fine. So here in the classification technique, I will show you two classification technique.
So it
The one
takes
is
few
K.
minutes, sir. It's not visible.
Ma'am?
It's not visible
It's
right
not
now.
visible.
Oh, okay, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
So I'm going to discuss KNN and decision tree classification techniques. In the regression, I will discuss linear and multiple regression. Maybe hope if we have time, we will discuss about K-means clustering also. And before that, I would like to show what to do when you want to implement the machine learning technique. There are few steps you need to follow. Import the libraries, whatever is required. Import the data set. Clean the data set, maybe null values, maybe some values are incorrect or the format is different. You should coordinate all those things in the common format and make the data is clean. Perform exploratory data analysis, like what kind of analysis will be more suitable for this technique. Another interesting factor is split the data into training set and test set. Because if you have 100 records, you normally have to split 20 as a test data, 80 as a training, because the training data should be more, accordingly your system will be trained. So if you have huge amount of training data, your system will be more intelligent to generate the result. So this is idea, and being a user, you can decide how much training data and how much test data should be, and create the model. What model you want, regression or classification model, then predict the test set results, performance evaluation, make new predictions. These are the steps which is very important when you want to do for machine learning implementation. Now split the train and test set. Take the data, normally the 30% of data are test and 70% of data are training. according to your convenience, you can change how much training data, how much test data you want. With the help of train underscore test underscore split function, very simple function. I will show you one example. You will understand. It's not much difficult to do the machine learning technique. And we have performance evaluation. You can calculate mean squared error. You can calculate root mean squared error, R squared, then mean absolute error, all those things. Accordingly, you can understand the performance of your system. These are the functions: MSE, RMSE, MAE, R2 score. R2 score value will clearly depict the performance of your system. Then you can plan for the, you can understand how the machine learning model will provide or predict the feature. Right now, I will show you one example with classification method. So I would like to classify KNN classifier I'm using. Just for data analysis, I'm using NumPy, Matplotlib for graph, Pandas for data, mathematical calculations. Sorry, NPy for calculations, Pandas for data, and this PLT for graph. So these are the libraries which I want to use it. I'm going to read the CSV file. You know this, the CSV file already should be uploaded in your home page. I have uploaded all the CSV file here. Whatever CSV file, I'm going to use it. Sample COVID, salary data, new iris, midterm iris, final exam, because I have prepared some CSV for exams here. Autos, 50 startups. There are so many. So whatever file you want, you can upload. You know how to upload here. In your home page, you can upload, and then I can use read CSV function to read the data from CSV file. So it will read the data from iris CSV, store it in the data frame DF. Now, I just want to display head, only 5 rows. See, these are the 5 rows. Now you understand, right? How many columns or attributes are there in my database? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With this, do we need to clean any data? All those things you can see. If anything required, you can do cleaning or changing the null values in different kind of alternatives. You can do it. Now I did, my data is very clean. I don't need to go for those steps again. So here you have to understand what are the dependent or attribute and independent attribute. So these sepal length, sepal width, petal width, these are the independent values. There are values, that's it. Say for example, students have marked subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4. But the result is based on these marks, whether they pass or fail. That result is based on these marks. So the result is a dependent parameter. The other marks, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, mark 4 are independent parameters. So here I have 4 independent attributes and 1 dependent attribute. So whatever data set you have chosen, you should understand which is dependent and which is independent argument. Sorry, attributes. So I can decide here these 4 are the independent attributes, and this target value will be changed based on these 4 values. So these 4 are independent attributes and the target is the dependent attributes. This is the first step. So now I'm using unique function to check how many unique attributes are there in my data set. I have iris set, iris versicolor, iris virgina. Oh, sorry, this is in the target column. I have 3 different values: iris setusa, iris versicolor, iris virginica. There are 3 different values in the target column. Means our output should be any one of this, because this is the target column is the dependent attribute, and we are going to predict this dependent attribute based on the independent value. So you unique, and this is my result, what I expect. Any one of these three values will be the result. First step, you should divide your data into dependent and independent variable. How we can define? I told you these four are the different unique values. We don't know whether there is no relationship between these, but the target has the relationship with all these four values. So these four are the independent argument, and this is the dependent. I have to define how. df of I log of colon minus 1. This will separate the last column. Except last column, all other columns will be separated, and that is stored in the variable x, which is independent variable. So x has all the independent variable, and the last column colon comma minus 1, which will extract only the last column, and that will be stored in the variable y. So whenever you have the data set, you should divide the data set into two parts. One is independent variables, the other one is dependent variable. And here I have four independent variable, one dependent variable. It is separated. Now see, when I print x, the independent values are printed: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. We have around 150 rows. When I display y, it will print the dependent values, the last row value, iris to set to sa, virginica, different values from 0 to 149. So I have separated the independent variables and dependent variables. I hope this step is clear for all. Next step, you have to divide the.
Sir, I have doubt here, sir. Sorry for the interruption. Sir,
Yes,
how
sir.
this
Yes,
will
sir.
identify whether it is independent or dependent?
See
How it is
here, sir, this target will be the answer mostly. The target will be the answer, right? So based on these values, the target will be decided. As I told you, based on 4 subject mark, the result will be decided whether the student is pass or not. So the 4 subject marks are independent variable. The result is the dependent variable because the result is depends on the marks. Similarly here, the target value is depends on these 4 values. According to this value, the target value will be changed. You got it? So for this, you have to learn your data set. You should understand your data set. Otherwise, you could not find dependent or independent. What is the data? What is its meaning? What the data speaks? And this will be generated from which data items. Accordingly, you can decide. Got it, sir?
Yes, sir. We got it. But in the below, you are saying, right, DF location -1 like that.
Yes.
But
LOC
since that,
function.
yes, sir. No, sir. Go the DF of
This is
target
common
dot
for all. You
independent.
can use it because
Hmm.
iloc is the function, built-in function, colon, comma, colon, -1. This will accept the last column, other columns will be selected.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And this will select only the last column. This is even you can use like a formula, no problem. After that, you have to define your train test split. You have to split the trained data and test data. As I told you before, keep more trained data, your system will become more intelligent, and less test data. It's fine because the test data just to evaluate the performance of the system. So now I have to import the library from sklearn.model selection, import this module, train underscore test underscore split. And this is the function here. You have to pass your x value, y value. X value is what? Independent variables. Y value is the dependent variable. And here test size equal to 0.15 means I kept 15% of data is test. Remaining 85% of data, if you have 100 in my database, 85 will be trained data and 15 will be test data. So if you specify test size 0.15 means it will take 15% of data is test data The rest will be trained data. And this will be stored here, X train, X test. So 85% of X data will be there in the X train. And 15% of X data will be stored in the X test. Similarly, Y data will be divided, Y train and Y test. 85% will be stored in Y train. From Y means from the dependent variable. From Y test, 15% will be stored here. So this
Sorry
train
for the interruption, sir. One doubt, sir. So, but
yes,
whenever
sir.
we are giving the data as input, is it our responsibility to give the training data and then test data, right, sir?
Yes,
So
our
it is our
responsibility, and
responsibility.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And you can plan, you want 15% or even you want 20% test data, 30% test data. You can keep 0.3. 0.3 means it will take 30% test data. So because
Sir.
being the researcher, I can decide how much data I have. Maybe if I have 1 lakh data, I can keep some 20% as or 30% as test data. No problem, because I have huge amount of data. When I have 30 records, 30 records, I should not keep more as a test, because the number of training rows will make your system perfect. And if you keep at least more number of trained data, the system will learn more and the result will obviously good. Got it, sir?
Sir,
This line,
actually,
any doubt here?
yeah, sir. Actually, we can specify if it is 0.15 means 15%, that I got it, sir. But the classification of data that we have to do manually, right? That the machine learning won't do that, right?
No. This classification you have to do, means
That is what I want to tell you. Okay, sir.
dependent data, which is independent data also you have to decide.
Okay, sir.
Okay, after deciding this, you decide that, you split the data. For splitting the data, we use train test split. Now I display all the values, X train, X test, Y test. See, X train, all the values of 4 columns. I have 127 rows. X test, I have 15 rows. Sorry, not 15, which is some more than 15, right? Because I have 150 rows. Out of 150 means 23 are test data. Similarly, I have test data X trained data. All these things available. Now, which classification model you want? I want to use K-neighbor classifier. So you have to import which. See, for this you no need to write program. We have built-in module. KNN classifier, you want K-neighbors classifier. This library should be imported. Once you import library, you can generate the model equal to K-neighbor classifier, and this model will fit with your data. Your data is X train, Y train, because we make the machine to learn with the help of trained data only. The test data will help you to test your system, your model is correct or not. You understand now? Here you should create the model first, which model you want here, K-neighbor classifier or decision tree or linear regression, whatever you want, you can use that here, and then fit your model, fit your data in the model. I hope you clear this. Model dot fit your training data, X data train, Y train data will model, and you will get this message. It will show that your system or your model is trained now. Once your model is trained, you see you can predict with the test data. X test, I will pass this X test or as argument, and I can predict what will be the result. See, now these are the results. Actually, this and Y prediction, this Y prediction and Y test must be equal. If it is equal, then that means your system is exactly perfect. Maybe 1 or 2 changes, it will be there obviously. So I have predicted, these are my prediction from the machine learning model which you have developed. Now you can calculate the confusion matrix accuracy score to find the accuracy of this. See here, the accuracy I have calculated accuracy score, which is 0.95, means 95.65% it is accurate. maybe hardly very few are different. I mean, unable to predict the system in a proper way. The confusion matrix will make you very clear where is the changes. Out of 9 rows, it is predicted all 9 in an exact way. With the second choice, out of 7, because we have 3 predictions, right? 3 different values: iris setusa, iris versicolor, iris virginica. The first one, iris setusa, out of 9 values, all 9 are predicted exactly. The second one, out of 7, all 7 are predicted. But the third one, out of 7, 6 were predicted in the right way. Only 1 is wrongly predicted. So with this, we should understand the performance of your machine, your systems or your model which you have built. With that, I can able to pass some different values. See, for the first value 5.85, second value 3.25, 1.34, 0.32. So I just wanted to know what category or what is the target result iris set to solve. And I can pass the another values here, and this is versicolor. Like, see, now your system is trained here, and after the training you understand the performance of the system. If it is above 90%, means almost your system is perfect, whereas you get some less number of percentage like 50% or 60%. You have two options. Number one, this machine learning method is not suitable to analyze your data. So you can go for and or you can find some alternative method. Instead KNN classifier, you can go for decision tree classifier or some other classification, or you can change your the sample, I mean the data size, like test data and sample, I mean the trained data and test data size you can change, and you try once again with the same model. If you don't get the accurate result again, then you will go for another method, the another method which I'm going to discuss in the next step. So I hope it is clear, right? This is very simple, it's not much difficult. Take your database, first step, analyze your data, read your data, understand what is the what we can say, independent variable, what are the dependent variable, you should understand, and you should split these things. Then you should split the test size and trained data size. The trained data will train your system. You have to create the system or model here. What model you want to build, you build the model, train with your data, and it will be trained, and you predict with the test data. What is your prediction and what is the, because we have the test data result already, and you have to compare. You can draw some graphs, all those things. Since I did not teach the graph, I didn't go for that. You can also make the graph to understand how many differences, but this confusion matrix and accuracy score are more clear to understand. If it is more than 90%, your system is perfect. And also confusion matrix will clearly shows that which is not properly identified. And then you use the predict function with different parameters to
Sir,
predict
one
the
small clarification, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
yes,
Go to that
yes sir, no
confusion
problem.
matrix, sir.
Yes sir, here.
In that the first line you are saying, I think all are perfect, right, sir? There is no.
Yes, because you see in the output I have 3 values: iris setusa, iris versicolor, iris virginica. 3 different options in my output, right? I have 9 values with iris set to SAM. All 9 are properly identified. In case, for example, I have given 9 iris set to SAM. Out of 9, 5 iris set to SAM are properly identified. One is wrongly identified as iris versicolor, and the other one is wrongly identified as virginica. That number will be appeared here. Now, out of 9 iris set to SA, all 9 are properly identified. The remaining 2 are 0 because nothing is there in that. Got it?
Okay, sir.
And here the second option means which is iris versicolor. I have in my output, I mean in the test data, I have 7 data with this option, this decision. Out of 7, all 7 are decided in the proper way. There is nothing wrongly predicted in this option or this option. Whereas in the third one, Iris virginica, out of 7, 6 were predicted properly. 1 is wrongly predicted as Iris versicolor, and 0 prediction for Iris, I mean setusa. Got it, sir?
Got it, sir. So the first
So,
one, 9 is the first one. I mean, Iris Setusa. And second,
yes,
7 represent the second one, and third one is 6. Because in
yes,
the first, right, 9, it is in the first column. In the second one, it is
yes,
in
sir.
second column. The third one, no, so I got confused. Now it's clear, sir.
Because
So
you
in the
understand,
third
because the
case,
second one is the second option.
correct, sir. Got it, sir.
So here, the first one represent the first option, second one represent the second option, third one represent the third output.
Got it,
So
sir.
in the first row, I just compare with the only first data. First data, all 9s are exactly predicted.
Okay,
In the
sir.
second data, all 7 are exactly predicted. In the third one, out of 7, 6 exactly predicted, 1 wrongly
Yes, sir.
predicted.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. So I want you people to understand. That's it. It's okay. No issues for me. So I just go with the decision tree, which is also similar. The same example I have taken here. All steps are same. Everything. I mean, deciding the uh, dependent, independent variable, test and train data science, all same. But see, only the model building is different. Here, I'm using decision tree classifier. So I make the model with the decision tree classifier, and then the model will be built fit with the data which we have. You got it. In the previous example, we used KN classifier. Here I am using decision tree. That is the difference. So now your model is built with the decision tree classifier, and you can predict with the data what is the prediction, and you can check the accuracy. The accuracy is 1.0. See, exactly everything is properly identified. There is not even a single deviation. See, all 9 are properly identified here. All 7 are properly identified. Then all 7 are properly identified. I hope this is clear now. So you can use different
Sir,
values to check.
accuracy 1.0 means represents 100%, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay,
That's what
thank you,
if
sir.
it is 0.919293, it means 0.93 means 93% accuracy.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
So got it. So this decision tree, you can follow the similar steps from the beginning to the last. Only you should change the machine which you are going to use. Here I am going to use decision tree classifier. So I import this and I create model with the decision tree classifier. Then this model could be fit with the data which we have. Okay, fine. So I think I have taken more time, but till 5 to 10 minutes, I would like to complete this session. Then we will go for the next session. So here, this is simple linear regression. We know simple linear regression and multiple linear regression, because in the simple linear regression, see, I have only one independent variable, one dependent variable. Means the salary is depends on the experience, number of years, how much experience they have. So based on your experience, the salary can be predicted. Maybe company have some rules, how much experience they have, their salary will be decided accordingly. So since I have only one column as independent variable and one column as dependent variable, I can say this is very simple linear regression. So this is my data set. Again, I would like to split the dependent variable and independent variable. The similar formula I can use to divide, and the dependent variable are stored in X. Sorry, independent variables are stored in X, dependent variable in Y. Then you can split the data. Here I am using 20%. So 0.2, 20%. 20% will be test data, 80% will be trained. Same thing. I print just X and Y values here. Now I'm using linear regression. So here I built my model regression equal to linear regression and fit with my data. And it is the machine is created here. It's learned from the data, what we have from the trained data. And I can predict with the test data. These are my predictions. And I can calculate the accuracy score here. This is 0.952237, which means 95% is correct. And I can draw some graph here to compare the prediction value and the actual value from the test data. See here, as I told you previously, we can calculate mean squared error, mean squared error, and mean absolute error, then R2 score. Finally, this R2 score will show how much the system is performance here. 97%. So you can predict if you have 6.5 years experience, you will get this much salary. If you have 7.5 years experience, you will get this much salary. So we make the system to learn from the data what we have. And with the data, you build the system, you train your system with available data, and you just check the performance of your system. Then you can give some new data to test and to get the future prediction. If you have some number of years of experience, how much salary you will get. This is multiple regression. With this, I would like to conclude this session. I have the last, why I said this is multiple regression? Because see, I have multiple independent variables. R&D spent, a government spent some amount for different purpose, like R&D, how much they spent. For administration, how much they spent. Marketing, how much they spent. In which state they spend this much money, what profit the government got from that. This is my data set. So here, by understanding this, you will come to know the conclusion. What are the independent variables and what is the profit? So obviously the profit will be the dependent variable. The rest are independent variable. And moreover, in your data set, if you have text data, unless your problem is related with that particular text mean, in New York, how much the profit will be. In different cities, you or different states, you want to check the profit rate, you can include this column. But my question, just I want to know, if I spend this much amount, what benefit the government will get. That's it. I'm not going to depend on any state. So in that case, you can ignore this column if you don't want. This is what the cleaning, all those things. Cleaning is something different there, like empty or null values can be altered or some wrong values can be corrected. This, this is what we called as feature extraction. You can extract, because sometimes in database you have thousands of columns. Do you think that all the thousands of columns will help you to analyze your data or to find solution for your problem? Because I have thousands of columns. All thousands of columns are not required to solve my problem. I have to define my problem. What is the problem? To solve this problem, what are the attributes are required? I can extract only those features. The remaining features I can drop, because which is nowhere play an important role in my decision making. For example, I'll tell you, there are students' performance. How to measure the students' performance? Their marks, maybe other criteria you have. Nowhere their email ID, their father name. This is nowhere related with the performance prediction. So you can ignore, because in the student database, you have those columns. You can ignore those. Whatever column or attribute you feel which really play a vital role in decision making, you can use those columns. So now I feel that the state column, which is not important, I can just drop the date column. So how many unique values are there in the state? I have 4 columns. Sometimes you can convert the text column into numeric. So New York to 1, California to 2, Florida to 3. Normally this is the good practice to convert the text value into the numeric value, which will help you to analyze in detail way. So you can do this step. But my point, I don't want the state will play any role in my decision making. So I decided to drop the state. I can drop the state. Drop state column. In place equal to true, which will change in my data frame itself. If you keep in place equal to false, you have to use equal another data frame. But now I want to change in my data frame itself. So that column is deleted. See now, R&D spend, administration, marketing spend, and profit. Next, I have to divide again. What are the independent attributes? What are the dependent attributes? So there are R&D, administration, and market. These three are the independent variables, and the final profit is the dependent variable. I split. Now again you split the test and trained data. 20% test, the remaining 80% will be trained as usual the previous. Again here linear regression, same linear regression. The model will be constructed, the model will trained with the data what you have. It's done. You will get this message means the system is constructed with the data or trained with the data. Now prediction, this is what the predicted value, and the performance will be compared with the y-test. See, there are little differences here. Here this is 15, here 14, 9. Here like some differences, little differences are there, and you can test the performance. See there, the graph will show you the small differences, and you can calculate these errors, everything. Finally, the R2 score is 0.9190, which depicts that 91.9% the system provide the correct information. So more than 90% means you feel that your system learned in a proper way. Otherwise, as I told you, you change this data size, like train and test data size, try with once again. If not get the correct value, go for another model. Maybe that model will be more suitable for this data to predict. So you can predict, you will get the result. If the R&D 16 and the administration 13, this is for marketing, how much profit they get. Similarly, I'm passing with the different values, I get different results. So this is a very simple way to implement the machine learning techniques in Python. Hope everyone, all the researchers can able to use this. It is not much difficult, but the only thing you should understand, when you understand, you can able to do everything in a proper way. This is what I would like to share with you regarding machine learning implementation. I really am sorry because I took a long time, maybe 20 minutes extra. So if you have any questions, please feel free to discuss. We all are in same community. Hope I can share my experiences, whatever I have.
Sir, I have one query, sir. Sir,
Yes,
for
sir.
you are using many algorithms like KNN classifier, decision tree algorithm. For all, you are passing the same set of inputs, sir.
Yes, sir. Just to show the demonstration, to understand you, I explained the same data set with the different algorithms, and you see the results are different little bit.
Okay.
You
So
got
we
it.
have to
Sometimes
yeah,
that's
sir.
what I told. If you are unable to find the correct answer with one method, you can go for another method. No issues.
Okay. But we have to pass the same set of data so that we can identify the differences, right? So finally,
Yes,
we can
and you
pick
will get,
the
yes, which method will give you more perfect result. You can use that because that is good for you, right?
yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed explanation all the time.
Welcome,
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Appreciate.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, can you open that linear regression notebook again?
Notebook. Okay.
Yes, notebook, Jupyter notebook.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, go to that error cell, error value cell, R square, MSME.
Yes.
Sir, here, how to interpret these values? MSC is equal to that number. So what is the meaning of that number or RMSE? Number are given there, no?
This is mean squared error means the some statistical calculation how much error is this. And this is the next one is what? Even I explained in my PPT, right? It is there. Concentrate only the final R2 score value. If the R2 score value is this, yes, fine. This is the performance of the system. The rest of the things, actually some kind of statistical calculation. You can maybe go through the PPT, which I will share with you later. You will get an idea of what this will be.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Dear participant, is there any more
Anything?
queries? Okay. Dear participants,
Hello.
take a quick break from. Hello. Participants, do you have any queries? Yeah. Dear participants, take a quick break from 7:55 to 8 p.m. Refresh and relax for the next few minutes, and more exciting and interesting topics are waiting for you.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
Shall we continue with the next topic? Or
This meeting is being recorded.
Shall we start? Because we don't have time, right?
Yes, sir. You proceed, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So once again, good evening to one and all present here. I will just start my second session, which is just I'm going to share my experiences and the projects which are done by our students. And there are some IoT technology which used around us. I'm going to discuss with you today. Again, let me start here. What does IoT stands for? What is IoT history? How it work? And my major concentration will be on the applications, real-time applications of IoT and its feature. I don't think so. We have time to play these videos. Maybe I will skip these videos. We will see later. Maybe I will share this PPT. You can watch this video later. The IoT is a system of interconnected computing devices, mechanical, digital machines, objects, animals, or people that are provided unique identifiers. So whichever device or animal or human being or object or machine, whatever having unique ID could able to transfer data between each other can connect it through this IoT without any human intervention. The Internet of Things is a system of interconnected physical devices that communicate via the internet. These IoT devices collect, share data with other devices, applications, and systems, and in many ways, data can talk. We know that when you have, because we have discussed in the previous session, when you have data, we can manipulate the data in different ways, and we could able to predict the features. From wearables to industrial sensors, IoT devices generate sensory, biotelemetry, and a myriad of other types of data. Again, this is introduced, the term IoT introduced by Kevin Ashton back in 1999. Particularly when you want to implement any IoT system, basically we need few things to develop IoT system. Number one, sensor or devices. Number two, data collection and connectivity. Number three, data processing and machine learning. Then user interface. Screen not visible.
It's visible, sir. No issues,
Visible, sir. Visible.
Someone messaged me it is not visible. That's why. So those histories are not required. Benefits of IoT. What are the benefits of IoT? It is industrial automation, huge data collection, customer experience, increased revenue. See, when you implement this IoT system, obviously industry will be automated. Some of the tasks where the human involvement is not required when you are implementing this IoT, because the IoT system will automatically monitor those tasks. So we no need to involve human there. That means we are automating our tasks. That is what industrial automation. When you have IoT, every second it generates amount of data. So obviously we will get huge amount of data through IoT system. At the same time, we can get all the customer experiences. Means we are going for some online marketing or something. Through the IoT system, we could able to collect the customer feedback, what the customer expect. Now many online marketing, they are getting customer feedback according to the customer's interest or customer's wish. They change their product nature and they manufacture new product according to the interest of the customer, so that they are sustain the marketing and they obviously increase their revenue. So these are the benefits of IoT. When you go use IoT, everything will be benefits. And the global IoT market size is expected to grow from 300 billion US dollar from the year 2021 to 650 billion US dollar in the year 2026, which is 16.7% annual growth. There is another video, so I don't want to use these videos because of lack of time. And if possible, there are two major concerns regarding IoT devices, even till it is there. Because you see, everywhere, all the companies, even in home, people want to implement IoT. But do we have any standards for that? When the student want to study in a college, they have some procedure, they have some standards. They should follow the standards to join in the college, to get graduated. When the employee want to work in any institution or any industry, we have some agreement between the industry and the employee, and we are working according to the agreement. Whereas every people have their freedom to install IoT system in their home, in their industry, in their company, wherever they want. They can implement the IoT system. We don't have a common standard or rule or procedures like you have to do in this way. It is not there. I feel personally this is a lack in IoT system, that we need some common procedures to introduce IoT systems. Another issue, since it is individual, they can develop their own IoT systems. There is no point of security. We don't know. We cannot believe everyone. We cannot believe all the IoT systems that this is real or they are fake. They are doing some illegal business. We couldn't able to identify. So these are the issues, major concerns I personally feel in front of IoT technology. But there are some techniques which address these issues. Still, we are not fulfilled in IoT security as well as standards. But hope, being a young scientist, we are generating nowadays. Through them, hope we are expecting best security mechanism and proper standards to implement this IoT technology. There are many companies, they have completely introduced IoT. Amazon AWS IoT platform, AT&T IoT platform, GE Digital, Google Cloud IoT, IBM Watson. There are companies, they provide IoT services. So this is simple basic about IoT. Hopefully everybody aware, because being an IT teacher, we know basically what is IoT, all those things. There are some real-time applications of IoT which I would like to highlight. Maybe most of the people aware of this and some may not aware. You will get this information and you can pass to your students. We have smart city, smart home, self-driving car, smart farming, fitness trackers, smart factories, hospitality and tourism, retail IoT, smart grid, health monitoring. All these are the some of the real-time applications of IoT. I'm just going to just discuss the few points about these things. Smart city, we know that Indian government taken a lot of steps to develop this smart city technique. Even in Tamil Nadu, they are proposed some cities will be converted into smart city and the work is going on. A smart city or city of the future is the popular Internet of Things application concept that classifies technology as responsible for improving urban infrastructure to make urban centers more efficient, cheaper, and better to live in. Very simple example, just consider in Chennai city nowadays, how people are struggling to travel from one place to another place. So the reason why they want to convert into smart city, people living in the city can able to get everything from their home. What document they want from any how electricity bill, whatever, even they want to pay these things nowadays we have online application to pay all those things, even your house tax or birth certificate, death certificate, whatever document you need to live your life in the city, you can able to get everything over online. You no need to travel from one place to another place. This will reduce the lot of, I mean, traffic as well as moving of people between places. Obviously, you know, when you reduce the people moving between the places, it will reduce the traffic, it will reduce the fuel usage. I mean, automatically everything will be economic, will be reduced. I mean, our economic will be strengthened and the expenses will be reduced. That is the main idea of introducing the smart city concept. Smart home, this is another interesting idea. You know, people are in a rush life nowadays. When they want to go for a job in the morning, they will be hurry and they forgot to switch off the light, fan or AC, all those things. Until introducing the concept of IoT, yes, it is difficult. You cannot switch off your lights or fan when you are not in the home. Your physical presence or someone should be physically present to switch on or switch off these electronic devices. Whereas when IoT introduced, all these electronic devices are connected through your mobile phone. Before reaching 5 minutes of your, before reaching your home, you can able to switch on the AC during summer through your mobile phone. So it will switch on. Even if you forgot to switch off while
Screen not visible, sir.
Last second, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Dear participants, please be on the line.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Because I was disconnected. Just I wanted to confirm.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So am I audible now? It's clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear, sir. And also screen is
Oh, thank
also
you.
visible, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. So that is about smart home. You can able to switch off all the electronic devices at a specific time also. Maybe even in our university, all the classrooms will be open at 8 a.m. morning and 6 p.m. in the evening. It will be closed, all lights, ACs, everything automatically. Like you can do it in your home, the same thing. Apart from that, you can monitor the electricity usage. You know that electricity tariff will be different in peak time, off peak time, as well as water usage will be different in some of the countries. I'm not sure that in our country the tariff will be different for off peak time and peak time, which is common for every time. But if it exceeds some range, you need to pay more amount. So whenever the range will exceed, your IoT device automatically will inform you that you are utilizing this much of electricity in this month. So you will be aware that how much we used, and you can control the electricity usage to reduce your electricity bill. These are the benefits of implementing the smart home technology. Similarly, we have self-driving cars. I hope some of the countries they have introduced. Some of the countries they have introduced. Someone raised hand. Anything, ma'am?
Sir, your video is not visible, sir. Please switch on the
My
videos.
video means my picture, or
It's a camera.
you want to switch on the camera?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's on.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I feel maybe because of networking issue, I want to just close the camera. That's it. Introduced in some of the countries, which will ease our travel. Self-driving and operating cars used to be a thing of future, not future now. Some countries introduced. Now it's our present. Yes, you can use smart car technology to control certain functionalities through your smart device. Central computers installed in the car receive data from sensors installed throughout the car to determine engine oil, radiator water temperature, status of the car, where it is, everything. And retail IoT industry, even in the retail industry, for every is introduced. Industrial sector or the retail sector can find savings.
We are not able to hear, sir or ma'am.
Sir, audio is not clear, sir.
Sir? Now screen is visible,
Ma'am?
sir,
Yes.
but
Your
voice is
voice
not
is
Thank you,
audible,
ma'am.
sir.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. So, what we have discussed before, wearables. Whatever you wear, like smart glass, smart watch, smart belt, everything will monitor your blood pressure, sugar level, calorie usage, how much calorie you used in a day. These things will be monitored, and even now people who are using smartwatch or smartphone, if you are not even walking for more than 1 hour, you will get message that you are continuously sitting for 1 hour. If you are not drinking water, you will get message that you are not drinking water for 1 hour. You have to drink. So it will give you alarm to drink water. So the smart wearables, many things are there. Smart glass. So sometimes, if you feel difficult to understand something to see, the smart glass will read. I mean, will make you noise and you will listen from that. So this kind of wearables are possible only because of IoT technology. And we have health monitoring. The use of wearables or sensors, yes, connected to patient, allow doctors to monitor a patient condition outside the hospital in real time. Nowadays, most of the people, they are in abroad. Their parents are in their native. They couldn't take care of their parent in a regular way, I mean in person. So what they did, their parents are at home. They are always connected with some IoT technology, and the doctor is also with connected. The doctor can monitor the patient's condition from the hospital. They no need to go there directly, and they can give instructions timely basis to the patients. Only the doctor can visit the patient when it is needed. Other than that, through IoT device, they can able to communicate, they can able to share information. And now we have a technology that a robot can do surgery. Maybe people aware on that. Doctors are not in the hospital, doctor or maybe in different countries, they will control the robot from their place, and the robo will do surgery here in another country. This is the kind of technology development we have seen only because of IoT technology, and that too in health monitoring areas. The IoT involvement is much appreciated, and really it saves majority of human lives through this IoT. Traffic monitoring, the traffic system which we used in the earlier days, like there are some light system which has the fixed line. Previously when traffic police will stand and he will direct. Later we have signal systems. That signal will set according to the time for 1 minute in each route, means even there is vehicle in the route or not, we have to wait for a minute, and the route will be closed until the time completes. But now, with the help of IoT technology, there is a sensor in one route. If there is no vehicle, it will give alarm to the central system. Automatically, the other route will be enabled. Like these kind of smart traffic monitoring system will also be available in this with the help of IoT. Fleet management, shifting the things from one place to another place. That vehicle, nowadays majority of the vehicles are missing. They couldn't able to identify. But if they have IoT enabled devices in their vehicle, they can able to monitor everything in a right way. Hospitality. Hospitality is another interesting feature, hospitality is another interesting feature. You know, in Muscat, one of the hotel, they introduced robo to come and take you the order and it will deliver the food. You know, the kids, they likes to visit the hotel because they want to enjoy. They want to enjoy this robo delivering the food. It is very interesting. Even I have some video for that. When you go there, you can find a seat. Robo will come and it will get the order, whatever you want. You can order through Robo, and Robo will deliver the food also. So that these kind of hospitality, not only here, in many companies or even institutions, for hospitality purpose, they are introducing some robos. Even in some major events like here, we have Muscat Festival or Muscat Nights. In that, there are some robos which will welcome the customers. If these things are very interesting, and it is a technology enabled devices which make the people to enjoy a lot. Smart grid and energy saving, which I already spoke with you. The difficulty of using electricity and water. If you have IoT enabled device in your electricity meter or water meter, frequently this will give you the instruction that how much electricity you used, how much water you used, and you know, even if it reach the range or exceed the range, it will give you information. So you can plan the use of electricity. I mean, you can reduce the use of electricity also, since the IoT device will inform you. Similar water supply, maintenance management. Nowadays, even if you have any damage in your home, before we need to find some maintenance people like plumber or all those things. Now through IoT device, whatever issue you have, you can record this. The concerned people will come and solve the problems. Or sometimes some of the things will be monitored even over online. We have here electricity meter. No one will come and measure the electricity reading, how much you used. This device will automatically send the meter reading every month, maybe 20th or something. Accordingly, they will generate the bill and we can pay over online. So no one will work for this. No need to work anybody. And if you understand the off-peak time, on-peak time, being a human, it is very difficult to follow. Sometimes off-peak time your charge will be less, peak time your charge will be more, and I cannot monitor these things, which is off peak time, which is off peak time, and what time I need to pour water to the plants, or what time I need to use washing machine. It is very difficult. If your house is connected with IoT technology and it is defined that off peak time, this IoT device will take care which time the washing machine should be on. Maybe it will on during the off peak time, so you will get less bill for electricity as well as water, and it will pour water for off peak time other than peak time, because if you use more during peak time, you will get more bill. Other thing, IoT application in agriculture play vital role nowadays. Drones for field monitoring, water management, machines for routine operations, soil monitoring sensor. So here, precision farming. We have farming. Precision farming is the process or practice that makes the farming procedure more accurate and controlled for raising livestock and growing the crops. The use of IT and items like sensors, autonomous vehicles, automated hardware, control systems, robotics, in this approach are key components. You have to use these sensors, everything. We will see now smart farming. You have a garden. You want to pour water. You don't know the measuring level of your soil. If you have IoT devices connected with your garden, it will automatically check the moisturing level of your land. accordingly, it will pour the water. You no need to pour water timely basis, because normally we used weekly once or 3 days once we used to pour water. But now, according to the moisturing level of the soil, the system will decide when to pour the water. Even in that, if you have the technology enabled, like weather forecasting system is implemented in this IoT technology or connected with this IoT technology, it is very simple. If we are expecting rain tomorrow, the weather forecast will be updated in the IoT device, and the device will not pour water, will stop pouring water. If it even requests to pour water today, it will not pour, because tomorrow expecting rain. It will wait until tomorrow. If there is a rain, fine. The water moisture, the soil moisturing level will be increased. If there is no rain, then it will start pouring water. So this is the great achievement of IoT technology, that maintaining the garden or pouring the water of your plants by IoT technology will be very helpful. And agriculture drones will be used. There are some drones. Agriculture drones are very good example of IoT applications. There are two types of drones used in IoT. One is ground-based, the other one is aerial-based. You know, the ground-based will be used to like maintaining the soil, all those things, or planting some seeds. Like for this purpose, we can use ground-based. For aerial-based, like pouring water or some other things, we can use it. Actually, I wanted to show this video to you people, that there is a drone which is used to clean the large buildings. You know, a building sometimes, if it is very large and it is very difficult by the human beings to pour water. So what you can do, you can use these kind of drones to clean the particular. My God. No, it's asking me to log in. No problem. Just I will share these things later. You can watch these videos. There are drones which is excellently clean the large buildings, very large buildings, without human intervention. This is really interesting, and we people should know these things. Then only we can encourage our students to develop these kind of projects. The other application is livestock monitoring. If a company or if a garden has a huge number of animals like cow or goat, whatever it is, it's very difficult for the farmer to maintain or monitor each and every one. So if every cow or cattle is connected with the unique identifier, all the cattle will be controlled by the farmer easily. If any one cattle got affected by any disease or something, immediately your IoT device will notify to the farmer. The farmer can understand what is the problem. He can separate that cattle to spread the disease, to avoid of spreading the disease to other cattle. Like these way, we can easily monitor or handle the animals in an effective way. Also, we have smart greenhouses. You know, when you are building a greenhouse, we need to maintain few things like temperature, water level. These things we have to manage. Instead, managed these things by the human being, we have the device, IoT connected device. This device will maintain the temperature, maintain the monitor level, temperature and water level, everything. So it will be easy to maintain the greenhouses. Another interesting feature is smart poultry farming. This is the project which is developed by my student. Actually, in Oman, during winter we have so cold, it is now around 5 to 6 degrees, and during summer it is so hot, almost 55-degree temperature will be there. Maintaining this poultry farm is very difficult. So what they are planning, they are developing the IoT technology to maintain the level of water, the level of ammonia gas, humidity, and temperature. These are the important points. And normally the poultry farm, they have to maintain these four: the humidity, temperature, ammonia gas, water level. And the temperature between 80 and 20, 18 and 21, humidity between 50 and 80%, ammonia gas will be 25 ppm. If you install an IoT device, the IoT device maintain this range, and it is easy to maintain the poultry farm in Oman particularly. So this is the project developed by our students, and she did. This is actually, yesterday I just reviewed one paper. I found soil nutrition monitoring and crop recommendations using advanced machine learning and IoT systems. So what we discussed in the previous session, we have different seasons. In different seasons, different soils, what are the crops will give you more profit. So if you have this database, you can able to predict if this kind of season or this kind of soil, what seed or what crop will give you more benefit. You can able to identify with the help of ML enabled IoT systems, which will be more useful for the farmers to plan. There are many other IoT applications like the soil nutrition we already discussed. There are new technology to be embedded with IoT. IoT is developing crucial technology in sustainability development. We have now IIoT and AIoT, artificial intelligence IoT. There are many things. We have the cloud and edge will be connected to this IoT. There are many new technologies have been introduced to enhance the performance of the IoT technology. With that, we will get more gain and more features. We can able to solve most of our difficulties through this IoT technology. Another projects which are available and which are used in our daily life. Smart parking system, very simple. When you go for parking, what you will do? You will search here and there where you will get a free slot. You have to park your car. Sometimes when thousands of cars are there in a place, even in our college, in our university, we have more than 1,000 cars because all students, they will come by car. Finding parking is difficult. So what they did, they introduced the IoT enabled parking system. When you go to the campus, you will see the board and there is a green light in each part and it will show which slots are free. If you see that which row A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, wherever you have free slot, you can see in the monitor, you can drive directly to that slot and you can park your car. You no need to search anywhere. So just very simple. You need one sensor there in each parking slot, and the sensor should be connected to the computer. The computer will receive data from the sensor, whether the slot is free or not. Accordingly, it will display in the monitor. That's it. Very simple project, but the utilization of the project is more. Smart hotel server, we already discussed. Smart printer, very interesting. This is also a project developed by my student before last year. Normally we used printer to print in a paper. They have developed a printer, IoT enabled printer, which print in a hard stone or wood. In those things, whatever print, it's not only text. Even if you want to make some designs on it, yes, you can do it. Like this kind of IoT enabled printer is developed by our student. The next one is smart gate opener. It's very simple project and everybody can use it. Here, most of the houses, they introduced this smart gate opener. Very simple. There is a sensor which is connected with your gate as well as your car. Whenever your car reach near the gate, automatically the gate will open. No need to I mean, someone should come and open the door. It's not required. It will open the door automatically. Smart traffic control system we have discussed, smart mediation, smart house monitoring, IoT based flood alarm system. Yes, this is another interesting feature, which is it's actually funded project. Yani here in Oman, we may not expect much rain frequently, but when we get rain, it's huge. And this soil will not absorb water easily. So even if you get small amount of rain, you will get flood everywhere. So this will be very difficult for the lives of human. So what they need, they proposed a flood alarm system. If there is a flood around 20 kilometers away from this place, it will automatically, the IoT device which is there in the wadis, which will communicate to the nearest ROP, the ROP will give you message to all the public who live near or in and around 20 kilometers about the flood. So these are the really very useful technique to save people's life. Other IoT projects in our life is IoT robotic night patrol. We know we have regular police, they are doing night patrol, but we can make a robotic night patrol, anti-theft system, waste control using IoT. Waste, you can split waste, which waste is be reusable, which is not reusable. IoT smart energy system, automated checkout using IoT mediation. There are many IoT projects nowadays available uh, for our life easy, right? These IoT projects will make our life easy. AIoT, it is artificial intelligence and machine learning, analyzing data from IoT devices are emerging trends. By leveraging advanced analytics IoT data, see, when you are implementing this AI ML, the machine will understand what we discussed before from the data generated by the IoT, and the machine will guide the IoT devices what to do. So this is very advanced technology introduced now everywhere they are planning to implement. And the future, we have 5G now, Wi-Fi 6, LP-WAN satellites will improve the performance of the IoT systems. Because earlier we have 4G network, 2G network. It is very slow for data transformation, for everything. But now we have 5G, even they are talking, now they started talking about 6G, which automatically increase the speed as well as you can transfer huge amount of data. But these are the main or primary things will be required in IoT devices to enhance its performance. They are planning to include IoT in blockchain technology also. People nowadays, they are familiar about blockchain technology and IoT trend in using blockchain technology. Digital twin, a digital twin which appeared as recognized concept in 2020 provides our real-time virtual representation of any kind of physical object. I am here, maybe my clone will be there in some other places. That is digital twin. Digitally, they can create the cloning like me, and I can maybe the guest speaker of in your institution. In person, I can attend, but I will be here attending in my university also. Like these are the technology development, digital twin. These are the futures, edge computing. Even I have one video, augmented reality and VR virtual reality also will be embedded with IoT. See, there are many technology which we have used before will be combined with this IoT technology to enhance the performance of this IoT. Like this is what I would like to tell you about IoT. I don't want to take much of your time. And the future of IoT is promising with advancements in edge computing, 5G connectivity, AI integration, blockchain security, industry specific solutions, sustainability. Yani, when you introduce everything online, it will reduce the people movement. Obviously, the country economy will be grown, and the sustainability. We are talking about nowadays sustainability development, that will also be enhanced. And the future will be very, as per Finance Online, there will be 25 billion or more IoT devices in use over the next 7 years. Well, it grows significantly during COVID-19 pandemic, because most of the people, they started using these devices during COVID, and even it started. Now, 75% of all devices are expected to be IoT enabled device by the year 2030. So the future of IoT has been smoothly integrated to many aspects of our globalized economy and mode of living, spanning from interconnected customer products everywhere. Now, people, we are getting food over online. Now, maybe in the future, even the human will not be involved. IoT devices will deliver food to the customers. This is what the situation will be. Even IoT will be implemented with automobile technology. Definitely, for all these kind of transportation, human will not be involved. The technology will handle everything. So with this, I would like to conclude my session about IoT future. I'm sure that IoT will solve or fulfill most of our real-time problems in the near future. You just imagine, before 10 year or 20 year, how people are traveling from one place to another place. Now how they progressed. Before 50 years, we are not using flights, we are not using other transportation system like the automatic car, all those things. But now we have. In future, at present, what are the difficulties we are facing as a human? Definitely, we will get solution through IoT. And also, I can say that the IoT contributes the sustainable development goals for environmental conservation, because we have to preserve our energy resources. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So saving energy resources will be possible, or the IoT will contribute reasonable amount of effort in sustainable development, achieving the sustainable development goals. These are my references. Thank you so much for your patient listening. I hope I can deliver some useful content to you people. Being a teaching community, colleagues, I would like to thank once again to you all. Hope we will have a communication. I mean, you can communicate with me for any future events or activities if you want to conduct in your institution. Maybe you can collect this PPT and my contact details also through the organizers. I will share with them. And with this, I would like to conclude, and thanks to the organizers, management of this institution. Thanks to everyone. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, anything, please feel free to discuss with me.
Sir, I have one small doubt, sir, regarding that smart printer you said, right, sir? That is
Yes,
done by
sir.
your student, right? So
Yes,
that will
yes.
print on the stone itself, sir. Stone and wood itself, it will print, is it?
Yes, 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 yes. They made accordingly. Yes, it's printed.
Okay, sir. Because what I felt
They
like
design.
whenever it is printing on the either, you know, yeah, stone or wood, right? Maybe that that machine will get spoiled, right, sir? So how did you
It is
handle
not,
that, sir?
the printing is not by computer. There is a device which will print in that hot stone.
Okay,
Now,
okay. There is
even
a separate device.
yes, they will connect those devices to print. The design will be in your system. That design will be printed in the material. For printing, there is different tool will be connected that will print in the hard stone. They connected, they explained well. It was appreciated by everyone.
Really, it's something different, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, yes, something. There are many things, even when you just to give the idea to the students, I'm sure they are youngsters. They can do, they can achieve a lot. The thing is, we need to motivate them in the right way by giving some kind of ideas. That's enough. If you give them idea, they have lot of resources over online. They can search information and they can do it. So our side, the problem, we are not motivating the students. We are just asking them to do some projects. They are doing always like inventory management, like
Sir.
employee management, product management, these kind of projects. Apart from that, we should give some idea. We should ask them to think and do. Definitely, they are young minds. They will do, they will achieve a lot.
Yes, sir. 100% is true, sir. I think you are the motivator for them, sir, because the result are showing like that. So really,
Thank you so much, sir.
thank you, sir. Yeah, sir.
May I know you are from which college? Because
Sir,
I
I'm
think
from
you only.
SRM IST, sir. I'm from SRM IST Tiruchirappalli only.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Really, I have learned many things from you, sir, today. Thank you so much, sir, for making this,
Most welcome, sir.
interactive and, detailed explanation, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Maybe, see, your feedback will motivate me to learn more to explain in the next coming events.
Really, I have
Good evening, sir.
learned, sir.
I always welcome your feedbacks as well as your comments, because your comments, even here I used to inform the students, I need your comment to improve myself. This is what I want.
Good evening,
So
sir.
maybe, yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Sir, I'm Dr. Vimal Kumar from Ratnam College, Coimbatore.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
Oh, fine, sir. Sir, it's a wonderful
Yes.
presentation, sir. Really, for 3 hours, I cannot skip from your presentation. At times,
Thank
when
you,
it
sir.
when some trouble in the internet, I used to scold something. What is this? Suddenly, it's getting missed like that. Really, it is a lovable presentation, sir. For 3 hours, really, you have did your last lot of work for making this presentation. Great, sir.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, sir, for your nice
Sir,
words.
other thing that you said that you will be sharing your PowerPoint slides. That will be very
Sure.
useful for us because when we are having in hands-on training by using that PowerPoint slides, that time you will be more enriched with our knowledge. Thank you,
Sure,
sir.
sure. I will share it through the organizers.
Sure, sir. Sure. Sir, at the same time, you had given some YouTube links, but you did not play those links. So that
Sir,
can you share
this is
those
what
links also?
I planned my schedule according to the time. Since I took more time there, I could not. I will share this PPT. You can watch these videos, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thanks a lot, sir.
Really, this will be useful for you. You can watch these videos. You can even share with your students. No issues.
100%, sir. It's a lovable presentation. Really, for 3 hours, it doesn't make me move from one location to another location.
My God. I will
Thank you,
share,
sir.
sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to the organizers.
Dear
Thank you, sir.
participant, do you have any more queries? Dear all, as we come to the end of today's technical session, I would like to thank our resource person, Professor Dr. S. Rajashekaran, University of Technology and Applied Science, ABRI, Oman, to share the ideas of machine learning for the future, practical techniques and industry implementations through the Python programming language in session 1. And building a connected future, exploring IoT applications across industries by explaining the concepts of how does IoT work, why do we need IoT, IoT security and its standards, real-life applications of IoT and its future. Sir, we are sure that all of us will carry forward the ideas and concepts discussed today FDP in our work and research. Thank you so much, sir.